Okay, so the Medicare Advantage plan types. There are several types of MA plans. They're offered to the potential enrollees annually to deliver benefits, including various HMOs, PPOs, PFFSs, etc. In 2014, HMOs dominated the market, followed by PPOs as follows. You had HMOs come first, as they account for about 64% of the market share of total Medicare Advantage enrollment in 2014, and the local PPOs come in second with roughly 23% market share of total Medicare Advantage enrollees. Okay, regionally, the PPOs were initially established so that the rural beneficiaries would have greater access to Medicare Advantage plans. Regional PPOs can either provide coverage statewide or can cover multi-state regions, and they account for approximately 8% of all Medicare Advantage enrollees in 2014. Let's see, private fee-for-service plans, and that's the PFFSs, initially established in 1997. They did not have to sustain existing networks. However, since 2011, that has changed, and they are now generally required to do so. So enrollment in PFFSs, enrollment skyrocketed from 2005, where it went from 0.2 million enrollees to a staggering 2.2 million in 2009, but took a dramatic downward spiral since then, with an overall enrollment of 0.3 million as of 2014, or roughly 2% of the market for total Medicare Advantage enrollees. And then you've got other types of private plans. There's several other types. You've got several PFFSs, such as cost plans, PACE, MASAs, and so forth, which account for about 3% of the total private plan enrollment in 2014. Now, this is broken down further in a few states like Minnesota, for example, where there's a larger percentage of the market that enrolled in private cost plans. And these private cost plans are reimbursed based on what is considered the reasonable and customary cost, or RNCs, or services, and for services, and do not assume risk like an MA plan. Okay, so you got special needs plans, and these are SNPs. The SNP members are generally significantly sicker than the median MA plan members, and are in a higher risk pool for the plan, and thus require more healthcare dollars to cover the cost of their care. So an SNP model was put into place to allocate additional MA plan dollars from CMS to care for these members. And as of 2006, overall SNP enrollment has expanded significantly from roughly 0.5 million to an astounding 1.9 million enrollees as of 2014, with these SNP enrollments for dual eligibility reigning in at roughly 80% of total enrollment. Okay, so typical members in the SNPs, which is an HMO MA model, is restricted to those types of members due to higher risk and costs for care. You've got dual eligibility for Medicare and Medicaid. They live in long-term care institutions, or would otherwise require an additional an institutional level of care, and have certain chronic conditions. Okay, so that's it. Kind of a real brief overview about the history of HCC and risk adjustment, how it kind of got started and how it's divided and looked at. And as you can see by the numbers, it's growing. It's really growing. And I just personally foresee this as becoming a huge market for coders, as well as compliance officers and auditors. So I hope you enjoy the introduction and get a little more information about HCC, which is not easy to find the information out there. So I thank you again, and if you have any questions, let us know at codingcertification.org.
To learn more about HCC coding and HCC coding training, click the button below to go to codingcertification.org.